Good evening everyone and good evening din po sa iyo Sir Parentela. Ang topic natin ngayon ay the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, sensing the widespread proliferation and pernicious effect of dangerous drug in various places of the country. The repeal of the provision of RA number 6425 was born out into the conception of the Joint Congress, which thus necessitating the creation of a lead agency that will specifically deal with the supply reduction drive and demand reduction drive SRD-DRD in combating dangerous drugs. Hence, this gave birth with the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, as the implementing arm of the Dangerous Drug Board, DDB. Relatively, the DDB is the policy-making and strategy formulating body in the planning and formulation of policies and programs on drug prevention and control. The PDEA and DDB are both under the supervision of the Office of the President. Sabi dito is, the PDEA was created to be the main force fighting drug crimes in the Philippines. Before, there was a law called RA number 6425 which didn't work very well. They decided to get rid of that law and make a new one, which create the Dangerous Drug Board, DDB. The DDB focus on making plans and strategies to prevent drug use, while the PDEA is in charge of putting those plans into action. It's like having a team of strategists, the DDB and the team of soldiers, the PDEA, both working together to defeat the drug problem. Applicable legal basis. For 33 years, the implementation of RA number 6425 or the Dangerous Drug Act of 1972 had been the backbone of the drug law enforcement system in the Philippines, despite the efforts of various law enforcement agencies' mandate to implement the law. The drug problem alarmingly escalated with orbiting police officers collecting drug money. The high profitability of the illegal drug trade, compounded by then existing laws that impose relatively light penalties to offenders, contribute to the gravity of the problem. Recognizing the need to further strengthen existing laws governing Philippine drug law enforcement system, the then President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo signed RA number 9165 of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 on June 7, 2002, and it took effect on July 4, 2002. The provision of RA number 9165 defines more concrete courses of action for the national anti-drug campaign and imposes heavier penalties of offenders. The enactment of RA number 9165 recognized the Philippine drug law enforcement system, while the Dangerous Drug Board, DDB, remains as the policy-making and strategy formulating body in the planning and formulation of police policies and programs of drug control and prevention. It has create the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, under the Office of the President. Dito, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA, was established in 2002 to combat drug trade, replacing the Ineffective Dangerous Drugs Act of 1972. The PDEA implements anti-drug policies formulated by the Dangerous Drug Board, DDB, which sets the overall strategy for drug prevention and control. Historical evolution. As provided for by Section 82 RA number 9165, there is hereby create the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, which serve as the implementing arm of the board, shall be responsible for the efficient and effective law enforcement relatively with any dangerous drugs and controlled prosecutors or essential chemicals as provided in the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Law. The PDEA is the lead anti-drug law enforcement agency responsible for preventing, investigating, and combating any dangerous drug and controlled precursors or essential chemical within the country. The agency is tasked with the enforcement of the penal and regulatory provision of RA number 9165 to effectively, efficiently, and competently combat the problems brought about by the proliferation of dangerous drug and its effect to the moral fiber of society. Dito, the PDEA was created by RA 9165 to fight drugs. They are like drug police, preventing, investigating, and stopping drug crimes. Their goal is to keep society safe from the dangers of drugs. Vision, mission, and values. The vision of the PDEA is stated as follows: by 2020, we are a highly credible and competent agency leading the citizenry for a drug-free country. The mission of the PDEA as the lead agency in the enforcement of the anti-drug law is stated as follows: suppress the supply of dangerous drugs, implements Dangerous Drugs Board (DDB) policies, controls and regulates the legitimate use of dangerous drug and control precursors or essential chemicals, supervise the anti-drug activities of the drug law enforcement agencies, and coordinates the participation of all stakeholders in the anti-drug campaign. Powers and duties. As provided for by Section 84 RA number 9165, the PDEA shall have the following powers and duties. Number 1, implement or cause the efficient and effective implementation of the National Drug Control Strategy formulated by the Dangerous Drug Board (DDB), thereby carrying out a national anti-drug campaign program, which shall include drug law enforcement, control, and prevention campaign with the assistance of government agencies. The PDEA task is to put into action the National Plan to Combat Drugs. This involves police work, control measures, and monitoring to keep drug out of the country. Number 2, undertake the enforcement of the provisions of Article 2 of the Act relative to the unlawful acts and penalties involving any danger. So, the PDEA enforce Article 2 of the Dangerous Drug Act, investigating anyone involved in drug use, abuse, or trafficking. It's like the drug detectives catching criminals. Number 3, administer oath issues subpoena doses relative to the conduct of investigation involving the violation of the comprehensive dangerous drug law. So sabi dito, the PDEA can investigate anyone suspect of breaking the drug law. They can also issue a subpoena which force people to hand over documents or evidence related to the investigation. Number 4, arrest and apprehend as well as search all violators and seize or confiscate the effects or proceeds of the crimes as provided by law and take custody thereof for this purpose, and the prosecutors and enforcement agents are authorized to possess firearms in accordance with existing. So, prosecutors and law enforcement officers are allowed to carry firearms to do their jobs, which include arresting criminals, searching for evidence, taking away illegal items, and protecting themselves and others. Number 5, take charge and have custody of all dangerous drugs and control precursors or essential chemicals, seize, confiscated, or surrendered to any national, provincial, or local law enforcement agency if no longer needed for purposes of evidence in court. So this means that specific individual offend a law enforcement officer or a designated person within an agency is directly responsible for the safekeeping and proper handling of all illegal drugs, chemicals used to make drugs and other related substances that have been taken from criminals or voluntarily given to the police. Number 6, establish forensic laboratories in each PNP office in every province and city in order to facilitate action on seized or confiscated drug, thereby hastening the destruction of the same without daily. Sabi dito, the Philippines National Police or PNP wants to set up forensics labs in every province and city. This will help them quickly test and destroy illegal drugs that have been seized. Number 7, recommend to the Department of Justice DOJ the forfeiture of properties and other assets of persons or corporations found to be violating the provisions of the Act and in accordance with the pertinent provision of the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2001. So, authorities can recommend seizing assets from those violating the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2001. Number 8, monitor and if warrant by circumstances in coordination with the Philippine Postal Office PPO and the Bureau of Customs BOC. Inspect all air cargo package parcels and mails in the Central Post Office with which appear from the package and address itself to be possible importation of dangerous drug and controlled precursors or cyberspace, essential chemicals through online or cyber shops via the internet or cyberspace. So sabi dito, the PDEA works with the Postal Service and Customs to check package and mail for illegal drugs coming into the country. Number 9, prepare for prosecution or cause the filing or appropriate criminal and civil cases for violation of all laws on dangerous drugs and controlled precursors or essential chemicals and other similar controlled substances and assist, support, and coordinate with other government agencies for the proper and effective prosecution of the same. So the PDEA prepares cases and files charge against people who break the drug law. They work with other agencies to get justice for the crime. Number 10, conduct eradication programs to destroy wild or illegal growth of plants from which dangers may be extracted. So, the PDEA destroys plants that can be used to make drugs, stopping the illegal production of dangerous substances. Number 11, initiate and undertake the formation of a nationwide organization which shall coordinate and supervise all activities against drug abuse in every province, city, municipality, and barangay with the active and direct participation of all such local government units and then government organizations, include the citizenry subject to the provision of previously formulated programs of action against dangerous drug. So the PDEA works with local government and groups across the country to fight drug problems in every community. Number 12, establish and maintain a national drug intelligence system in cooperation with law enforcement agencies, other government agencies of offices, and local government units that will assist in apprehension of big-time drug lords. So, the PDEA builds a nationwide database with other agencies to track drug criminals and catch big-time drug lords. Number 13, establish and maintain close coordination, cooperation, and engage with international drug control and administration agencies and organizations and implement the applicable provisions of international conventions and agreements related to the dangerous drug to which the government of Republic of the Philippines is a signatory. Okay. The Philippines works with other countries to fight drugs and follows international agreements about them. Number 14, initiate and undertake a national campaign for drug prevention and control programs where it may enlist the assistance of any departments, bureaus, offices, agencies, or instrumentalities of the government, including government-owned or controlled corporation. So the PDEA has a special team for drug investigation that can carry guns to protect themselves. Number 15, require all government and private hospitals, clinics, doctors, dentists, and other practitioners to submit a report to it. So, hospitals and medical professionals must report any case of drug use or drug-related treatment to the PDEA to help them understand the problem. Number 16, coordinate with the Dangerous Drug Board (DDB) for the facilitation of issuance of necessary guidelines, rules, and regulation for the proper implementation of RA number 9165. The PDEA works with the Dangerous Drug Board to create and enforce rules about drugs. Number 17, create and maintain an efficient special enforcement unit to conduct an investigation and file, charge, and transmit evidence to the proper court. So the PDEA is leading a nationwide campaign to fight drug use and trafficking with the help of all government agencies. Number 18. Submit annual and periodic reports to the DDB as may be required from time to time and perform such other function as may be authorized or required under existing laws and as directed by the President of the Philippines. So the President of the Philippines reports to the Dangerous Drugs Board about drug problems and follows the law of fight drugs, recruitment and selection. And functions. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, is responsible for efficient law enforcement of all provisions of law relative to any dangerous drug and controlled precursors or essential chemicals, and as the lead agency in the fight against illegal drugs, the law confers PDEA with the following function to attain its mission. So, think of the PDEA as the main force in the Philippines fighting against illegal drugs. They're like the police force specifically focused on stopping drugs from entering the country, making sure people don't sell or use them illegally, and bringing those who do break the law to justice. They are the guardians of the country against the dangers of drugs. Number 1, take charge and have custody of all dangerous drugs and controlled precursors or essential chemicals seized, confiscated, or surrendered to any national, provincial, or local law enforcement agency. So this person is like the guardian of the drugs that the police take from criminals or that people voluntarily hand over. They are responsible for making sure these dangerous substances are kept safe and secure so they don't end up back on the streets or in the wrong hands. It's like they are the keeper of the evidence that helps fight drugs crimes. Number 2, implement or cause the efficient and effective implementation of the National Drug Control Strategy formulated by Dangerous Drug DDB. Number 3, recommend to the Department of Justice DOJ the forfeiture, properties, and other assets of persons or corporations found to violating the provision of RA number 9165 and accordance with the pertinent provisions of the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2001. Number 4, undertake the enforcement of the provisions of Article 2 of RA number 9165 relative to the unlawful acts and penalties involving any dangerous drug or controlled precursors and essential chemicals. Number 5, administer oath and issue subpoena does TECOM relative to the conduct of investigation involving the violation of RA number 9165. Number 6, arrest and apprehend as well as search all violators and seize or confiscate the effect of proceeds of the crimes as provided by law. Number 7, establish a forensic laboratory in each PNP office in every province and city in order to facilitate action and seize or confiscate drugs, thereby hastening their destruction without delay. Number 8, prepare for prosecution or cause the filing of appropriate criminal and civil cases for violation of all laws on dangerous drugs and controlled precursors or essential chemicals and other similar controlled substances. Number 9, monitor and if warrant by circumstances in coordination with the Philippine Postal Office PPO and the Bureau of Customs BOC, inspect all air cargo package parcels and mails in the Central Post Office or any other commercial carriers. Number 10, conduct eradication programs to destroy wild or illegally grown plants from which dangerous drugs may be extracted. Number 11, initiate and undertake the formation of a nationwide organization which shall coordinate and supervise all activities against drug abuse in every province, city, municipality, and barangay. Number 12, establish and maintain national drug intelligence system in cooperation with law enforcement agencies, other government agencies or office and local government units that will assist in the apprehension of big-time drug lords. Number 13, establish and maintain close coordination, cooperation, and linkage with international drug control and administration agencies and organizations. Number 14, initiate and undertake a national campaign for drug prevention and control programs where it may enlist the assistance of any department, bureaus, office, agencies, or instrumentalities of the government, including government-owned or controlled corporation. Number 15, require all government and private hospitals, clinics, dentists, and submit a report to it. Number 16, coordinate with the Dangerous Drug Board (DDB) for all facilities and issuance of necessary guidelines, rules, and regulation for the proper implementation of RA number 9165. Number 17, create and maintain an efficient special enforcement to conduct an investigation and file charge and transmit evidence to the proper court. And number 18, submit annual and periodic reports to the DDB as may be required from time to time and perform such other functions as may be authorized or required under existing laws and as directed by the President of the Philippines. Organizational structure. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, is headed by a Director General DG with the Cabinet rank of Undersecretary and who is responsible for the general administration and operations of the agency. The Director General is assisted by 2 Deputy Director Generals with the rank of Assistant Secretary, and that is one for administration or the Deputy General for Administration or DGA, and the other one for Operations or the Deputy General for Operations or DGO. The General, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, DG, PDEA, shall be appointed by the President of the Philippines and shall perform such other duties that may be assigned to him or her. Recruitment and selection. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, maintains its own academy temporarily located at Camp General Marino and Castañeda, Silang, Cavite. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency Academy is headed by a superintendent with the rank of director. It is responsible in the recruitment and training of all Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Agents and personnel, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency Academy formulates program of instructions on basic and specialized anti-drug training course as well as career course for all agents and personnel. The Dangerous Drug Board DDB provide for the qualification and requirements of its recruits who must be at least 21 years old of proven integrity and honesty, a baccalaureate degree holder and with career service professional eligibility from civil service, commission, CSC or board license from Professional Regulation Commission or PRC. The PDEA is like a school for fighting drugs. They have a special academy in Cavite where they train new agents and give them the skills they need to stop drug crimes. To join the academy, you need to be at least 21 years old, have a college degree, and be a person of good character, showing that you are honest and trustworthy. It's like a training ground for the front lines of the war against drugs, where new recruits learn how to be successful drug enforcement agents.